is the Bitcoin drug dealer who tried to hire a hitman to wipe out a number of his rivals and employees, just freed from Supermax prison by one Donald Trump. Is he planning to try to have Donald Trump order MAGA Congress to give him back the billions of dollars of Bitcoin that he obtained in the illicit drug trade as part of some sort of reparations? Is Donald Trump in the crypto business himself considering going into the cryptocurrency business or associating with Ross Ulbricht now that he's sprung him from prison? These are the questions I'm going to explore on Legal AF. I'm Michael Popok. Let's dive into it. You know, there's so many things that Donald Trump did in the first 3 days of his administration. It's hard to believe. It was just Tuesday was his inauguration. I'm already exhausted and it's only Friday. But I don't want anything lost in the shuffle, or as we like to say in the email world, I'm putting it to the top of your box. Ross Ulbricht is a bad dude. Not because I say so, but because he was convicted not only of running an illicit drug bazaar marketplace for illicit drugs like heroin and cocaine and other things on the internet in exchange for Bitcoin, but it led to the overdose deaths of dozens and dozens of people, many of whom parents testified against him at sentencing. Not only that, Ross Ulbricht, even though he was young, like he was in his 20s, and I know, all the fanboys are having an orgasm over the fact that he's been released because I think they have his poster in their bedroom. He tried to hire a hitman to wipe out at least 5 rivals and employees, except the hitman turned out to be an undercover government agent. Okay, so when Donald Trump says, oh, the weaponized Department of Justice back in 2013, 2014, when they brought down the Silk Road website, oh, they're, sentenced to life imprisonment with plus 40 years, outrageous. That sentence was affirmed, by the way, by the United States Supreme Court. And the sentencing guidelines for the sheer volume of illicit drugs, bags of cocaine and heroin that were transacted through Silk Road, and the amount of dollars that were involved. I mean, just to give you an example, he spent a lot of it, but the amount that was in his crypto wallet, his Bitcoin wallet, at the time of the civil forfeiture, which is a parallel proceeding alongside the criminal case, where the federal government can forfeit the proceeds of criminal enterprise, criminal conduct, either through money laundering or otherwise. Just what was left after he was done spending was at the time 144,000 Bitcoin. Bitcoin's currently going for $100,000 or more a Bitcoin right now. Now, back when it was sold in 2014, it was at its nadir, $334. So the government only obtained $48 million against what today, if we had it today, would be $18 billion. Now, there's no evidence, although he's a crafty SOB, there's no evidence that there was any other hidden crypto wallet that the government didn't locate. But I don't put it past Ross Ulbricht or his family. They've made millions of dollars while he's been serving for the last 10, 15 years, whatever it is, in Supermax prison in Arizona, I believe. They've been making millions of dollars off his name and his image, in NFTs, in NILs, likeness licenses, and NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and memes, and all sorts of things. Don't feel sorry for the Ulbricht family. They didn't lose a son for that amount of time. They gained millions of dollars. And now he's poised to make millions, if not billions more, because the cryptocurrency fanboy community is all at Twitter because he's out. Oh, he's out. The Robin Hood of Bitcoin. He sold cocaine and heroin, including to underage kids who overdose. He tried to hire a hitman. Now, here's the posit on this hot take. 2 things. Will Donald Trump try to strong-arm MAGA Congress, the 119th, to pass a reparations bill to pay back to Ross Ulbricht in 2025 dollars the amount that was forfeited? Why not? He said it was an abomination. It was a weaponization of the Department of Justice. He never should have been taken away. I'm sure he feels exactly the same way, and they've talked about the amount of money in the crypto wallet. You think when the Libertarian Party, who got behind Ulbricht on behalf of the mother of Ulbricht, you think when they all met in Mar-a-Lago last December, they didn't talk about the amount of money that was forfeited to the federal government? Watch for Donald Trump to try to force MAGA to take from your and my hard-earned dollars and tax dollars and pay this guy back hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars for his crypto. Now, crypto sounds familiar, right? We have not only a criminal in chief, a felon in chief, a con artist in chief. We've got a cryptocurrency mogul in the making in Donald Trump, surrounding himself with other cryptocurrency moguls, right? Commerce Secretary, or gonna be, Howard Lutnick, Cantor Fitzgerald, very tied into the cryptocurrency world, right? Developing marketplaces and other relationships with an organization called Tether. So he's tethered to cryptocurrency. That's the Commerce Secretary. Treasury Secretary believes in cryptocurrency. Head of the Securities and Exchange Commission for Donald Trump believes it shouldn't really be regulated that much. Donald Trump has a cryptocurrency platform, sells meme coins based on cryptocurrency, has his sons go to Dubai and to Saudi Arabia and declare the golden era of Bitcoin is upon us. Now, what are the chances? Just spitballing here, just doing a thought experiment, that Donald Trump gets into business somehow with Ross Ulbricht now that he's sprung him from Supermax prison, having served life imprisonment. High. I would say high. That you're going to see a coin, a meme coin, a Bitcoin, a new cryptocurrency that's going to be tied to Ross Ulbricht, that's going to be supported by the cryptocurrency platform being run by Donald Trump, Don Jr., the new envoy to the Middle East, and Baron Trump. You're going to see it. I am sure Baron Trump, this is like Fredo advising the Godfather. This is Baron Trump, I'm sure, is behind, in part, the freeing of Ross Ulbricht. And I'm sure he's whispered in Daddy's ear, be a great idea, Dad. We get into business with the guy. He's going to make a lot of money for himself, and he can make a lot of money for us. You can just see it. I can just see the conversation. This towering lurch-like figure of Baron talking down to his dad about getting into business with Ross Ulbricht. Why don't you read the transcripts at the sentencing hearing of the parents who tearfully testified about children no longer on this planet because of the products being sold illicitly by Ross Ulbricht? I dare you to do that. Why don't you read about the hitman he tried to hire, turned out to be an undercover, to take out his employees and rivals? Go ahead. And tell me if this is a guy that should be held up as the pantheon of values to our children in this society. How does Donald Trump look his grandchildren in the eye and say, Granddaddy just freed Ross Ulbricht, who killed children using the Silk Road deep web, dark web, heroin and cocaine platform, and took Bitcoin to hide his tracks, and he tried to hire a hitman. Sit on Granddaddy's lap now. Seriously? How do I look my daughter in the eye and say, she's going to look at me one day? That's why I'm glad I do these videos. And I'm going full time now since my daughter's birth and since the election on the Midas Touch Network and on Legal AF. Plus, I got, just to tease it a little bit, I got a huge development in the Popok Legal AF obtaining justice for our audience segment that I'm going to be announcing very, very soon. Get ready. Get ready. Not ready yet. As soon as the website's, it's almost done. As soon as the website's done, I think you're going to be very, very proud and very, very enthusiastic about this project. That's my project. It has nothing to do with Ross Ulbricht. But I'm glad I'm doing videos and hot takes in my media work, because then my daughter, in like 10, 12 years, when she's in school, she said, when she says, Daddy, I say, yes, Francesca, what did you do? How did Trump, this criminal, get back into office and do all those terrible things to the disadvantaged and underprivileged, and punch down and attack women and their reproductive rights and separate children from their parents at the border and put them in cages? What did you do? And I can say, Midas Touch, Legal AF, this community, what we're doing now, supporting the lawsuits and the cases against these criminals, calling them out on a daily basis, independently, freely, without outside investors. That's Legal AF. And so and I have to tell you, I'm also, just to take a moment of personal support here. I do get a lot of emails and direct messages. And they are overwhelmingly supportive and positive. And a number of them lately, especially since the election, talk to me about what people are doing to change their lives and get involved with helping the disadvantaged, the underprivileged, running for election, campaigning on behalf of democratic and progressive causes. And it's heartwarming to see that this has changed people's lives, and they're not going to sit and take it any longer, right? They're going to their window, they're lifting the window, they're putting their head out the window, and they said, we're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore, and then doing something about it. Yeah. We did our thing, and I continue to do our thing. We built Midas Touch Network and Legal AF from the ground up with 200 people in the first week, and now 3.5 million on the Midas Touch Network and growing. And now we're going to hit 500,000 within a month on Legal AF because of you. Added 50,000 subscribers in the last several days. That's a compliment to you. That's the community that we need in order to win at the midterms and crush MAGA and put it out of its misery and us out of its misery come the next presidential election. Thanks for being here. I'm Michael Popok, and you're on Legal AF. In collaboration with the Midas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.